software. I could make my own video channel, and then everyone can see my movie. Hey guys, it's your boy Dennis.
I don't know if the world is ready for pure, unfiltered Dennis.
Smash that button, like and subscribe.
Only one upgrade left.
Hello fellow gamers, and I'm playing Fortnite Save The World. And when you first start playing this game, it's different to Fortnite Battle Royale. It's probably confusing and overwhelming because there's so many menus and sub menus that you don't know what's going on. So the reason I'm sort of doing these videos is to help out new players to the game. So in this video we're going to be covering storm shields, and to access your storm shield, you see this bubble or dome. This is where you can actually access your storm shield. You go into your storm shield. There is a storm shield assist, which basically means you can go and help somebody else do their storm shield defenses. And you have a Wargames assist, and that's if you want to go and help another player do their Wargames. Now, to do the storm shield assist and Wargames assist, make sure your game is on fill and not no fill. Otherwise you'll be waiting a very long time to get into a storm shield because you can't do it. So there's 4 areas. There's Stonewood, Plankerton, Canny Valley and Twine Peaks, and each map gets bigger as you progress through the game. And they've got your storm shield defense, well, your storm shield home base in the center of the map in Plankerton. You see it's bigger area than Stonewood. And you've got your play with others here. Now you can play with other players and just get put into a random mission. Again, make sure your game is on fill and not no fill. The 3rd area is Canny Valley, and you've got your play with others there next to where you access your storm shield home base. And again, it's a much bigger map than either Stonewood or Plankerton. It's huge. Lots of different missions to do, and this is where you find the Canny Valley Storm King. Now you need to have played through the entire Canny Valley storyline and in order to unlock the Canny Valley Storm King. So there's some information for you guys, but it's going to be a while before you get to Canny Valley if you're only just starting out. And finally we have Twine Peaks, where the harder missions are. And you access your storm shield in there, and under that dome you've got your play with others question mark next to it, and this is even bigger than all the other areas. It's a huge map, just sort of like a horseshoe shape, and the missions go up to power level 160, and they're all 4-player recommended, meaning the high level enemies. And this is where you access the Twine Peak Storm King or the Mythic Storm King. But in order to access that, you need to have completed your, I think it's your 6th Twine Peak Storm Shield defense and be higher than power level 122. So I'm actually going to go into my Storm Shield and I'm going to show you Wargames. I don't know when this will unlock for new players because I'd finished the story by the time Wargames came out, so I don't know. I started playing the game in February 2018, put around 20,000 hours into the game, into Save the World and Battle Royale. Mostly Save the World though. So we're just going to run through how you do the different things once you get into your storm shield. You can access your storage in there. You can give permissions to other players to build and harvest materials, or not given permissions. It's it's entirely up to you. It's your storm shield. You're the one that decides as to the rules, basically. there is a limit on how much you can actually build at each of your storm shields, so you do have to be sensible when you're building. You can't just build massive structures, because you're going to run out by the time you get further into doing your different storm shield defenses. You'll run out of building materials. Well, not building materials, but what you're allowed to actually build. And it's always trial and error when you're doing your storm shield defenses, and it's finding out what works for you. I would highly recommend that you upgrade all your structures if you can, from tier 1 up to tier 3.
When you're ready to start the fight, select Expand Shield from the Storm Shield console.
Because tier 3 structures will last longer than a tier 1 structure. We have our main amplifier, and around each main amplifier is these where you can actually access your storm shield. So this is where you can do your storm shield endurance. You get this in each of the 4 zones, but it only unlocks once you've done all 10 of your storm shield defenses. This is basically storm shield defense number 11, except this one, there's 30 waves of enemies getting harder and harder, and it lasts almost 2.5 hours. So make sure you've got time to do this, because it's a long one. And I have failed it before on the last wave a couple of times, so you know, it's easier to do with other people. So we have a daily war games here. You get a random daily war games in each of the 4 zones. If you complete it, you get an extra amount of battle pass XP. At the moment it's 27,000, so you get an extra 27,000 battle pass XP. So it's, you know, it is worth doing every day. And we have custom war games. Now here we can choose what simulation and what challenge we want to actually do. So we have torn apart, space rocks, quantum cooldown, or countdown rather, invasion, meltdown, mispods, now with the mispods, if you've got mispods and no build, normally you can take out these mispods with your pickaxe. That is the easiest way. Don't use a melee weapon, use your pickaxe. But if you've got mispods and no build zone, you can't use your pickaxe. Safety zone, hexed. Oh, I'm not fond of that one, because you've basically got to keep hunting around the map for this idle thing to interact with to stop yourself dying, basically. Double trouble, hotspots, denied. One of the easier ones. Denied and torn apart are the 2 easiest. And if you complete some of these simulations and challenges, you'll get banners. So do play around with them, because you'll get some brand new banners in the game that you can equip. Invasion can be a bit tricky as well, because you've got to take this UFO out. If you don't take the UFO out in time, it will spawn in a mini boss, and the mini bosses are pretty tough to eliminate. Hardest enemies in the game. So we have close quarters, where the enemies spawn closer towards where your base is. Rolling fog, where you can't see anything, although that is bugged in Plankerton. If you select that in Plankerton, it will go dark and then it will go light again, and that has been broken for a long time. Surprise, which is just a random challenge. It could be any of them. No build zone. Like I said, if you've got that with the mispods, then you can't use your pickaxe to destroy the mispods, which is the easiest way to do it. You know, it's easier to use a pickaxe to destroy a mispod than it is a mythic power level 144 melee weapon. Heavy explosives. Now with this one, stay well away from the chunky husks, the fat ones. They're called husky husks. If you're near to any of them when they explode, you're going to be downed. So stay away from them. Take them out from a distance with a ranged weapon. Don't use melee weapons on these, because, you know, you'll have a bad day, believe me. And you get gold, perk up and evolution materials. Trapped out. This is another one I don't do, because it removes all your traps that you've put down. Impossible to do this solo. Used to be able to have up to 8 defenders if you played solo, but now it's down to 3, and full time. Obviously none of these time cheats, but I will show you these time cheats. Head games, another one I won't do. Basically the traps will take them down to about 1 XP, and the only way you can kill the husk is to shoot them in the head, and my aim's not brilliant, shall we say, so I don't bother with that challenge. If that is one of the daily challenges in Twine Peaks, I just won't do it, and then you can have no challenges if you wish. So that's all the simulations and challenges, and you can have any combination of any two of them. You know, just have a play around, see what each one does. So we're going to do Double Trouble, and this is quite fun, because we've got 2 smashers that you cannot kill. And we'll choose no build zone.
Welcome to Wargames, soldier. I do not understand half of these dials and monitors, but it seems like you've got some strange stuff coming your way. In the world of this simulation, Smasher Husks are invincible. It's as terrifying as it sounds. No building zone is active. That means no building. Oh, and you can't use your pickaxe. Good luck.
I was wondering if I should have chose denied. Oh, you can't actually cancel it now. You used to be able to cancel it. There's a box there that says wait for assistance. If you have that box ticked, then other people could come and join your war games. Like, you can join their war games, they can come and join yours, as long as you've got the game on fill, obviously. Otherwise yeah, these smashers look different to the normal smashers. They're sort of like a bronzy colour. And it doesn't matter how many times you shoot them, they will not die. They'll lose a bit of health, but they don't die. They are invincible. So these are time cheats. Every time you collect one of those, it takes 15 seconds off the overall time. So you want to be going around and collecting these if you want to shorten the amount of time that the war games goes on for. You can actually see them on your mini map on the right hand side of the screen there. So just basically keep your eye out on that, or the main map. You can actually see them on that as well. And what I want to try and do here is try and lure a smasher down there, because they've got to go a long way round to get back up to the top again. And if you can get them both down there, that's even better. So you sort of need to lure them towards you. Oh, he despawned. Oh, he's down here now. Come on, come over here. Run towards me. Straight down that big gap. He's not coming, is he? Ah, they're going for my defenders. That could be a problem. Normally it's easy to lure them towards you. Twine Peaks is the perfect map for doing this Double Trouble. You can see there, it sort of sucks you towards them. Come on, chase me. Yeah, they're going after the defenders. Before you'd place down a defender post or defender pad, and the defenders would normally be well out of the way of them. The time cheat. I was there. It can be a bit tricky to get sometimes. I tend to use a triple jumping ninja that has the team perk Mantis Leap, because I can jump 3 times. You can build up to them, but I'm at my maximum building limit, so I cannot build anything else. So that's why I use the triple jumping ninja. And of course, to build, if you're at somebody else's war games, you will need permissions from the Storm Shield owner in order to build. Come on, down here. Come on, Malcolm, the mini boss. Chase me. Don't know why I called him Malcolm. Malcolm and Marlene, that's what we'll call them. Yeah, they're going after the bloody defenders. A little help? We can't kill them. Your bullets are just going to tickle them. I think what I'll have to do is I'll have to get the defenders to stay here on the second wave, so that the smashers don't go for the defenders. Seem to be set on destroying everything in a minute.
Fine work. Let's see how you do when one of your amplifiers is under attack.
Now, after every wave, there'll be a load of materials for you to collect, so make sure you do collect them. I only collect certain materials that I actually need. I do play with a full inventory, so I don't pick up all the crap I don't need. You know, traps and materials I never use. Like if I was in Stonewood or Plankton or Canny Valley, I'd be picking up, you know, stringy twine and sturdy mechanical parts and things I don't really use. So that's my reason why I play with the full inventory. But everybody's different, do you know what I mean? Right, let's see if we can actually lure those smashers towards the edge of the map. They can despawn and respawn again, but they don't always do that. They'll sometimes try and get back to where they are here. So it's quite fun trying to lure them into somewhere they get stuck for a bit. Come on. Follow me. This way. I don't know if that one's Malcolm or Marlene. I'm not sure. Both look the same. And I'm not looking at the naughty bits to find out. Thank you very much. Come on. Why are they going away from me? They'd always chase you. I don't know if you need to shoot them to aggro them. I don't know. Come on. This way. No, not that way. This way. I think Epic have done something to them because they're not as aggressive as what they used to be. We want them to be aggressive. We don't want the game to be too easy. Ah, we've got one down here. That's something, I suppose. Can we get it down a bit further? No, it doesn't look like it. Pain in the bum, these smashers. I've left a blank piece there without a trap on it to put my base if I'm playing as a constructor. I'll probably be going over that in a in another video on how to use your base as a constructor, you know, for the new players to the game. So make sure you are subscribed if you do want to see that. I've done a ton of content for this game, well over 400 videos, and a lot of my most helpful ones are in the description of each video. And if you are a subscriber, well, hold on a sec. If you go down when you're playing solo, it's game over.
Let's call that a practice round, shall we, soldier?
If there's two of you and one of you is still alive, the game continues. But if you're playing solo, you go down, you know, you die in some way, or there's four of you and all four of you die, that's it, it's game over. You have to start it all over again. Yeah, if you are a subscriber to my channel, you want some help or advice, you know, you could maybe confused about something in the game, by all means ask on any of my Save the World videos. I will check that you're subscribed, so make sure your subscriptions are public. You know, if you want me to help you out, you know, help me out and, you know, drop me a sub. It's not asking much, is it? And, you know, maybe a like on the video as well. And I'd appreciate if you're active in the comments. I do try and respond to every comment, unlike a lot of YouTubers that don't. You know, it's something I've always said from the start of my channel. I'm going to respond to every comment, or try and respond to every comment that I can. Because at one time it was almost a full-time job in itself, just responding to comments. I was getting so many, but these days I don't seem to get quite as many comments. And, you know, I do like getting comments from you guys, and I'll respond to, you know, your comment even if you're not subscribed to my channel, because, you know, that's the way I am. So that was a taster of Wargames. Like I said, have a play around with it. You probably want to do it after you've upgraded all your structures, because it makes it a bit easier if you've got tier 3 structures rather than tier 1. But it's not essential to begin with. You know, don't worry about it too much. The best, you get 3 materials. You've got wood, you've got brick, and you've got metal. And obviously metal is the strongest material, unless you have nature enemies, and then it's not, because nature enemies do 200% of damage to metal structures. Water enemies do 200% damage against brick structures, and fire enemies do 200% damage against wood structures. So make sure you do check that what type of elemental enemy it is before you build, because even in the power level 160 missions, you see so many idiots building with the wrong material, and then they wonder why the missions failed. You know, it might be like they're built out of metal, and it's nature enemies and metal corrosion, and it fails. It boggles my mind how many high-level players do it. They just don't check. You can check before you start the mission on the map screen, and you can also check when you're in the game in the options menu as to what the elemental enemies are. Usually, if it's a reward for like amp up, then you know it's going to be nature enemies. If there's a reward for frost up, you know it's going to be water enemies. And if there's a reward for fire up, then you know it's going to be fire enemies. So some handy tips for you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're new to my channel, then why not subscribe? And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye for now.